A very warm welcome to Computer Science Bedtimes. Beta, yesterday we have read the comparison between recursion and iteration. Okay, we have discussed a complete topic about it. Which one is better? Actually, no, the both are required somewhere. Sometimes they work differently, but sometimes one is more important or beneficial, or sometimes other is beneficial. So we can't say recursion is better or iteration is better. But in terms of memory, if we say memory and RAM consumption, if we say, then recursion is costlier, but the programs that we write through iteration will look lengthy. Okay, but they will not require any large storage space or your RAM requirements. So we can't say anything about it. We can definitely we can conclude if your memory requirements are memory availability is less in your PC, then you should not go for recursion, then you should go for iteration, right? Otherwise both methods have their own advantages. Okay, but the problem that I have shared, recursion costs much more memory space. It will not be implementable every time. Okay, somewhere you will find it is not costing that much memory. Okay, so both methods can be used interchangeably. There is no problem at all. And the problem of RAM occurs when we are implementing recursion at a very higher level. But right now, if we are making program, then it will not create any problem for us, at least. Okay, so let us now discuss a same program with the help of both the methods, with recursion and with iteration. Okay, so recursion is used as a form of repetition that does not involve iteration. It is totally different. Means recursion mein iteration you will not get. Recursion itself works for repetition. It doesn't use any for loop for implementation. Okay, recursive definition is a definition that is made in terms of smaller version of itself. Okay, so let us start with this is your iterative definition, where you will be applying loop. There you will be indicating that how many times this x should be multiplied to calculate a raised to the power of any number. Okay, we want to calculate raised to power of any number, we want to calculate x raised to power n. Okay, so n times it should be repeated. So how do this program will know how many times x should be multiplied, right? So x should be multiplied n number of times, and for that check we will be adding a for loop, right? And here if you are using a recursive definition, then you will define the cases, the recursive case and the your base case. Okay, when n is 1, okay, when n is 1 means here if n is 1, x raised power 1, then the value will be x, means 7 raised power 1. So what will be the 7 raised power 1 equivalent to? It will be equal to 7 only. Okay, and if n is equals to 0, 7 raised to power 0, it is 1. Okay, 7 raised to power 1 is 7 only, and 7 raised to power 0 is 1. So this type of cases we will be defining, and what we will be doing, we will be multiplying if n is greater than 1. Okay, these are the three cases that we must include in our recursive program. Firstly, if n is greater than 1, so what you should do, you should calculate x raised to power n through this method, means x into x raised to power n minus 1. Okay, this is a function call. Okay, n minus 1, like you need to calculate 7 raised to power 2. So 7 into 7 raised to power 2 minus 1, that is 7 raised to power 1. So 7 into 7 will be 45, right? So in that case, what you will do, this is a function call, recursive function call, which will ultimately call this, and this will ultimately get expanded into this, right? So this is a recursive definition of the function to calculate a number raised to power. Okay, so there are three cases. If n is greater than 1, then the power of a number will be calculated like this, and if n is 1, so like this, and if n is equals to 0, so it will be 1. Okay, so now I'll be taking up recursion with power. Okay, before that, how to write a recursive function? Before we write, we must consider these two cases. Okay, first case should be recursive case through which the recursion will occur. Okay, the function should call itself the recursive case. It should be like in this program, this is my recursive case, x raised to power n. So this is my recursion. So it will, whenever you will encounter x raised to power n, it will automatically take you here. Okay, if x raised to power 3 it is, so x into x raised to power 2 minus 1. So it will be 2 minus 1 is 3 minus 1 is 2. So x raised to power 2 ban gaya. So it will again come here. Then again it will add on x into x raised to power 1. Okay, so it will get expanded again and again. I will make you clear more through the diagrams when you will be reading out this problem in detail after this theoretical discussion. Okay, so a recursive call is required and a base case is required. So base case is compulsory. Okay, base case will be known as your stopping case, where to end it will tell you. See, if base case is not defined, then it will keep on working indefinitely. Although it is not indefinite, after a certain amount of time where the recursive call hangs up, it will get stopped automatically. Okay, so these are the recursive cases. Okay, if n is greater than 1, so this will be the case when n will become 1. Okay, like n raised to power 7 raised to power 2 you are calculating. So 7 raised to power 2 will be ultimately decremented by 7 raised to power 1 and then 7 raised to power 0. So when n becomes 0, so this will not be satisfied. So n raised to power 0, when n is 0, it will be 1. So this is your base case. Okay, here it will be terminated. Okay, so base case is a stopping case, is always required. It is compulsory to be added, although recursive case is also compulsory. Both are equally important. Okay, so they must be included in your program very carefully. Okay, now we should read these two important points. Base case is a recursive program, must be reachable, and every recursive function consists of one or more base cases and generally recursive case. So it is not compulsory there should be only one base case. You can have more than one base case. Okay, so there should be base case at least one. Okay, more than one so you can have. So base case will ultimately leads to the stopping of that particular function. Okay, if you are putting power function is used in math library to calculate power of something. Okay, so this will work like this: x comma n. X is the number whose power is to be calculated and up to which power we need to calculate, that is n. So x comma n, right? So x is like 3 raised to power 2. Okay, 3 comma 2 we will be writing if we need to calculate 3 raised to power 2. Okay, now x into x is what? 3. Okay, x is 3, right? And power, what this will get, what is the equivalent of it? So this is 3 into 3 comma n is what? 3 raised to power 2 we have to calculate, 3 raised to power 2, right? So 2 minus 1 is 1. So this is 1. So ultimately you are passing 3 comma 1. So see, this is your function, power function. So this is your function call. Power 3 comma 1 is your function call. So this will call to again this particular function. X will get 3 value, n will get 1. So again this will be expanded up. Okay, so this particular thing will be replaced by what? So x will remain the same. 3 is there already, and what you are replacing, this power function will be replaced by 3 into power. Okay, I'm not writing power completely, p just. So x is 3 comma, earlier it was n was 2, so 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so now values of this power function would be 3 comma 1. Okay, so 3 comma 1. Again this is a function call. फंक्शन कॉल आती है, फंक्शन डेफिनेशन मतलब आप रिकर्सिव कॉल आएगी तो वापस दोबारा उसी फंक्शन पे ले जाएगी. दिस टाइम वैल्यूज विल बी 3,1 अगेन. सो दिस 3 तो वी विल बी एडिंग, दिस 3 also we will be adding. Okay, but this part will be now replaced with 3 into what? 3 into power function, right? Power function is what? 3 comma, now earlier it was 1 na, so 1 minus 1 is 0. Again it is your function call. The function call will take you, recursive function call will take you here only. Now you know 3 comma 0. So 0 you have defined 0. When n is 0, so x comma n will be 1. Okay, so this will be replaced by 1. So 3 into 1 is 3. Okay, and this 3 will be replaced where? Here. Okay, though this 3 will get replaced from this part. So here you are writing 3. So 3 into 3 is 9, and this 9 will be replaced here completely. This part will be replaced. So 3 into 9 will be 27. Okay, 3 is to power 3 will be 27. I hope it is clear to all. Okay beta, so this way it will work. So let us see it with the help of program also. So we are using this recursion calculation power a raised to power b. Okay, how? You can again see it from this example. So this is how the program has to be written. So firstly the program will start from the 2. Okay, definition, it will read and it will skip the complete part, then it will start its execution from 7. 7 will be ignored. Why? Because it is comment. Okay, so the main execution will start from 8. So how it is reading out? See, I have written it for you also. So initially it will read 2, but again it will come to 8. Okay, so the execution will start from 8. Before that you can write 2 also, no issues. Okay, so 2, 8, then after reading 8 it will print enter the only positive numbers below as it has been written here. Okay, then num is equals to int input, enter the base number, right? So you will be inputting, you have entered the base number of which power you want to calculate. Okay, 7 raised to power 3 you want to calculate, so you are entering the power of also, base also, right? So 7 comma 3, 7 raised to power 3 you need to calculate. Okay, so power function mein values are given, num is 7 and p is 3, right? So 7 raised to power 3 you have given these values. This is a function call, it will take you to the function definition, you will be directed here. So it will be passed 7 comma 3, right? So again it will go inside and it will check if this is your b is 3 now, b is not equal to 0, so if will not be executed, this will not be executed now, it will go to else. Okay, and it will write a into power a comma b minus 1. What is a? 7. Okay, and b is 3, so 3 minus 1 is 2. Okay, so values become 7 comma 2. This is a function call, again recursive function call. It will, where it will take you, it will take you here, right? Now the value will be 7 comma 2. Okay, so 7 comma 2, again b is not 0, b is 2, so if will not be executed, else will be executed. So what it will be replaced, this power will be replaced by this 7 power 2 minus, now b is 2 na, so 2 minus 1 it will become 1. Okay, now again it is a function call. Recursive function call will take you to the function definition again. So now your b is 1. Okay, a is 7 but b is 1. Again b is not 0 because it is 1, so else will be executed. Okay, so now this 7 is still standing to get multiplied, this is also standing to get multiplied. Now this particular power function will be replaced by this complete type of, like again it will replace 7 into power. Now b is 1 minus 1 0, so this will be evaluated, right? So 7 comma 0 is now again a function call. It will take you to this point. Again you will compare. Now b is 0, so if will get executed this time and it will return 1. Okay, so this particular will be, this is your base case, and now this will be replaced by 1. Okay, so 7 into 1, 7, it will be passed here. So 7 into 7 is 47. Now this will be passed here. So again it is 7 was standing, so 7 multiply 7 multiply 7, it is giving you 343. I have written the steps also for your convenience. 2, 5, 6 every time they are executed. 2, these are skipped. 5, 6. Right? Last में you will execute 2, 3, 4. Okay? 2, 3, 4. Here you can write 2 also. Fine? I hope it is fine for all. Okay? So this was your execution of the recursion through recursion for program calculation of power. Okay, so here what you need to take care, base case should be there and it should be definite. Okay, and the base case should be reachable also. If there is no base case, then the base case will not get executed and indefinite or infinite recursion will occur. Okay, recursion call itself endlessly. Okay, means there will not be any termination point where the recursion will stop. Okay, the base case is not defined, then the base case will not get executed. Na? Means in infinite recursion, when it will happen, when the base case is not defined, and secondly, if the base case is not reached. Okay, if the base case is not reached, then also that recursion is infinite. Means आप उसको यूज ही नहीं कर पाए, ठीक है, तो भी आपका जो रिकर्जन होगा वो इनफाइनाइट होगा. देखो या तो है ही नहीं बेस केस, या फिर बेस केस है लेकिन हम उस तक पहुंच ही नहीं पाए. इन दोनों केसेस में आपका रिकर्जन इनफाइनाइट होगा एंड हमें इनफाइनाइट होने नहीं देना है. वी डोंट वांट इट टू बी इनफाइनाइट. ओके, इफ b इज 0, तो b इज 0. अगर आपने b क्या है हमारा रेज टू पावर. ओके, दिस कंडीशन विल नेवर बी ट्रू फॉर नेगेटिव वैल्यू ऑफ b. इफ यू आर पासिंग 7 raised to power -2, तो b will never be 0 because power is -2 here. So negative case में when power is in negative, so b is equals to 0 is not a base case, right base case. Okay, so what I am trying to discuss, this is the case where this base case has not been reached. Okay, so you need to mention when you are writing this program that the number should be positive. If the number is negative, the power is negative, ओके, नंबर शुड बी नहीं, पावर शुड बी, नंबर रेज टू पावर पावर जो है ना, दैट शुड बी पॉजिटिव. इफ इट इज नेगेटिव तो ये वाला तो चल ही नहीं सकता है ना. दिस बेस केस विल नॉट बी रीच्ड. इफ दिस इज नॉट रीच्ड देन आवर प्रोग्राम विल बिकम इनफाइनाइट, राइट. एंड वन मोर problem he is saying, to avoid the infinite recursion you should take care of the possible values that may cause recursion. Okay, that may cause infinite recursion. Okay, so you should include those cases that can cause infinite recursion in your program, okay, as base cases. So here we should include, here we have not written anything for number. power number if it is negative. Raised to power number, whatever is negative. If b is a negative number here, so what should be done? We have not discussed any case. This program is totally purely meant for the positive numbers. Okay, positive powers actually. Okay, so if the power is negative for a particular number, then this program is false. But if we want to make it right, then what we should do? We should include this case. Which case? That if b is less than 0. Okay, if b is less than 0 means your number is power of the number is negative, then you should return 1. Okay, in that case it will not get entrapped. Or what you can do, you can put, this was to your base case. Okay, if you will write this as a base case in the function definition, then this will also help. If you are not interested in defining this condition as a base case, then what you can do, you can write it in main. Okay, that you were writing in function definition. So whatever you will be defining in function definition will be a base case. If you don't want to add this base case, then what else you can do? You can write wherever you are taking input from the user, there you can check p is less than 0 means the power, if the user is entering is less than 0 means it is negative. That time only you should tell user, sorry, it is a negative number, we are not allowing you to calculate the power of any negative number. Okay, so this way also we can resolve the problem even if we are not interested in defining the base case. So this was your program for recursion. Tomorrow we'll be discussing if we are doing the same program with the iteration, okay, using the for loop, then what happens. Please revise this program properly, and this program also you need to include it in your practical file. So execute it and revise the concept properly. Thank you so much, beta.